How you doing, man?
Hi, I'm fine. Pleased to meet you, Ed.
You too.
And thank you for this chat, this little chat. I was just realizing the other day that it was the date of maybe 10 years from your first song.
Yeah, it's been a decade,
I realized it's amazing you achieved all this career in just 10 years.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to be even making 10 years. Like, I feel in the music industry, it's so cutthroat and it's so here today, gone tomorrow that sort of being around for 10 years, I just feel like fortunate.
When you were doing the A-Team, you had any dreams about becoming what you are right now?
No, well, yeah, but no. Like, my dream was to sell out Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is like 2,000 tickets.
Okay.
And past then, I didn't really know. Like, all of my favorite artists had sold out Shepherd's Bush Empire. None of my favorite artists ever played the O2 or Wembley Stadium. That was like just something that, and none of my favorite artists really broke out of England either. So I didn't really know that the ceiling could go any higher than Shepherd's Bush Empire, you know?
Your new song is called Bad Habits. What's your worst habit, Ed?
I think my worst habit is doing things to excess. I just go and I will drink and drink and drink, and there's no off switch. I'll smoke and smoke and smoke. I'll eat and eat and eat, and yeah, I think that's my worst habit. I don't have an off switch.
Okay, so does it translate to work?
Yeah, but I think that's a good habit, especially
Okay.
in your early to mid 20s. I think being a workaholic is really good. I think now I'm a father and a husband.
Yeah.
I feel like being a workaholic, you have to balance your time properly, you know? Sometimes the best thing with being a father is just doing nothing and just watching it all unfold in front of you.
Can you define your new song in one sentence?
It's a new musical direction for me, and it's made to make people dance, and I really like it. It's dark, bassy, and upbeat.
Okay, and you look amazing as a vampire. I gotta tell you.
Thank you.
Beautiful fangs. Beautiful fangs. You should use it every day.
Yeah, so the fangs were actually made by a dentist. So you go in and have them like properly fitted, and they just stick in. I've got them in the house. I'm going to save them for Halloween.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Ed, your craft as a songwriter is really amazing. Your songs are incredible. And your songs work with a full band, and but also work when you get on stage just with your guitar. What's your process? How can you do it?
I think for me, I've used a guitar and a loop station since I was like 15 years old, and it's all I've ever known of being on stage. So I think that it's kind of evolved as my music has evolved and my crowds have evolved, and the stadiums have got, it's gone from like pubs to theaters to arenas to stadiums, and it's just kind of evolved with it. And with the band, I'm trying out new things now. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be what the live show is, but I'm just testing the water.
So maybe this craft came out out of necessity. You began as a solo artist, and with the years, you became the leader of your band. So you can do it with a full band.
I guess so. I feel like I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to do it solo or do it with a band, or like have like different moments of the show that maybe you have one other musician come join you, or two, or like it's I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to see what songs of the album people like, and then put the show together.
Tell me about the first record you bought as a boy, or a teenager.
It was The Offspring, Conspiracy of One.
No shit. I couldn't ever imagine that.
Yeah. I've actually got the Offspring logo tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first record. I was really into there was a magazine called Kerrang over here.
Yeah.
And I just used to get the CDs of whoever was, so whether it be Tool or Slipknot or Mudvayne or The Offspring, Blink-182, I loved Green Day. There's a band called Cradle of Filth who are from my hometown Ipswich. You know, that like I was into music with guitars, basically. Anything that had guitar on it.
You just named your town. I read the news that you're sponsoring the football club, Ipswich. Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, they're not the best team. They're not even the best team in like East Anglia, but they're a very, very. Actually, no, they probably are. Actually, they're probably better than Cambridge. But they're, you know, we've had really high highs and really low lows. But it's a new season. It's a new ownership. There's a new sponsorship, and I feel good about it.
Tell me about a classic song you love.
I love American Pie, Don McLean. I think that is, if you type in on YouTube American Pie real meaning, and you see what he's referencing in the songs, and it's basically just like 60s culture, and it's everything. It's when he fell out of love with music because he loved rock and roll, and then suddenly the Beatles came in, and then suddenly Rolling Stones came in, and suddenly Bob Dylan came in, and it wasn't Elvis Presley anymore, and he was like, oh my God, this is not what and he sees Chuck Berry dying as the day music died, because then his taste, you know, he wasn't into the bands of the time. It's a really interesting song, man.
Yeah, good choice. You really surprised us with Bad Habits. What can your fans expect of your new album?
I think it's gonna be what they want it to be. I think that it's gonna have songs that they love on it, and songs that they will initially hear, like Bad Habits. I feel like my fans will initially listen to Bad Habits and be like, this is a bit too different. But I think after time, you get used to it.
Eddie, you played in Argentina. You came as a tourist to our country. Are you coming soon? I know we are in a very tricky situation right now, but are your plans to come back to Argentina?
I will always come as a tourist. I love Argentina, and I hope to come back soon for a show. I mean, that all depends on whether the world opens up and whether shows can be back on. But yeah, I mean, you guys know I love you. Argentina is a fantastic country, fantastic culture, and fantastic people.
Yeah, thanks for that. Tell me about your best, the best live concert you attended.
I think the best gig I ever went to, I went to the Springsteen on Broadway. You know, when Springsteen played Broadway, I went to like one of the final ones of those, and that, you know, I laughed, I cried, I clapped, I sung. It was an amazing show.
Finally, Ed, and thank you again. Any word for your Argentine fans?
I hope you're keeping safe, I hope you're keeping happy, and I hope you enjoy my music. And I will be back soon, hopefully, but please keep safe and happy, and I'll see you when I see you.